In today's world, many people get into arguments over petty stuff that literally break up relationships. One word leads to another, and before they know it, it's many years, and they realize they have no idea of why they lost touch. If they backtrack, they realize that it all started over something so insignificant that they're too embarrassed to admit or disclose it. There was a monk who was very impatient. Why would a monk be impatient? Don't they become monks so that they don't have to deal with the world? Yes, that's true. So imagine how impatient this monk was. The more he tried, the more impatient he became. So he decided that he must get away altogether to learn to be patient. He built himself a little home deep in the woods, far away from civilization. Years later, a man was traveling in those woods met him. The man was amazed to find anyone living so far away from the rest of the world, so he asked the monk why he was there all by himself. The monk said that he was there to learn to be patient. The traveler asked how long he had been there, and the monk replied, 7 years. Stunned, the traveler asked, if there is no one around to bother you, how will you know when you are patient? Annoyed, the monk replied, get away from me, I have no time for you. That night he was really annoyed by the question the traveler and decided to test his own patience. He decided to go to the nearest village tomorrow. The next day there was a fair in the village, and it was extremely crowded. The monk was annoyed that he was amidst so many people who were brushing against him without his permission. He thought in his mind that these people are filthy, smelly, poor, and have no manners, and didn't know how to treat a monk who has attained great heights. Suddenly, a man stepped on his toes with heavy leather boots. This was the last straw. The monk became furious, and he yelled at the man. He ran with clenched fists to clobber the man who had stepped on him, cursing him with all the bad words known to him before monkhood. The man was totally petrified, but he politely apologized to the monk and asked him how come an esteemed monk like himself was so prone to anger and violence. This shook up the monk to his core. All these years in the forest and the training that he had subjected himself to in utter loneliness was all wasted in a split second. The story is a stark reflection of our own personalities that we try to hide under the cover by putting the best show in front of others. The character of a man takes years of retrospection, discipline, and true determination to work upon seriously to bring about any meaningful change. Also, the real test of character is in the world, among the people, and not in some remote forest where there is no one to challenge our ideas and put us to test. Patience is a virtue one should possess because it brings peace not only to oneself, but to others too. Let us always think twice before we utter a word or act. Patience is the key to a peaceful atmosphere. A man who is a master of patience is a master of everything else. Therefore, even at the risk of looking ridiculous, the next time that we are about to lose our sovereignty over our mind and body, let's remember the monk. Please subscribe to the channel for more stories that make us think about our true nature